The views and opinions expressed on this program are those of the participants and do not reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
BronxNet. Your voice, your views, your vision.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Open. Open, of course, is the one and only show that brings you the best that the Bronx and the world has to offer in art, music, entertainment, sports, and much, much more. I'm Rina Valentin, your café con leche and host every Friday morning. And first up, we'll highlight some fun events around the city in our Open Weekend preview. Then we will have more on a controversial ABC sitcom and what the organization Boricuas for a Positive Image would like to see ABC do a little differently in the future. Plus, we welcome the people behind Baby Girl, part of the Tribeca Online Film Festival. That's right, they'll be here on the show. And Bobby C drops in to give us the latest in sports with his Sports Roundup. And we'll wrap up the show with a young rapper determined to hit the bright lights, so stay tuned. All that and more headed your way, because now we are officially open. Hello, everyone, and good morning once again. I'm your host, Rina Valentin, your café con leche. Woo! Yeah, we are bright and shiny this morning. And of course, you are watching Open. Today's, it's going to be a really fun show. But, we're always inviting you to join in. That's right. If you have any questions or comments or, you just want to hit us up, you can send us an email to open@bronxnet.org. And of course, you can leave us comments on the episodes by going to bronxnet.org/TV. And, I'm always telling you, we are like so hip. We are so social media savvy that we are always inviting you to like us on Facebook. That's right. And we're on Twitter too, people. So make sure you tweet us at BronxNetTV. And, of course, you can find me there too at Rina Valentin. Okay, well, let's get right into all the fun things there is to do this weekend. It is now time for our Open Weekend Preview. First off, Antigona Perez on April 28th. That's right, you are invited to a special event honoring acclaimed author Luis Rafael Sanchez, featuring selections of the opera based on his now classic play, La Pasión según Antigona Perez. That's taking place April 28th at 8 p.m., and that's happening at Pregones Theater, which is located at 571-575 Walton Avenue. That, of course, is in the Bronx. And for more information, you can check them out by going to pregones.org. Next up, we have Smokey Robinson in the Bronx, people. Woo! Smokey Robinson at the Lehman Center for the Performing Arts. Yes, the Grammy Award-winning Motown legend Smokey Robinson, who was just recently on Dancing with the Stars, who is named one of the smoothest tenors in soul music by People magazine, brings his golden voice to the Lehman Center stages, and that's happening April 28th at 8 p.m. Woohoo! How exciting! And of course, the Lehman Center for the Performing Arts is located on the campus of Lehman College at 250 Bedford Park Boulevard. And for more information, you can find them online by going to lehmancenter.org. Woo! Then, Words from the Heart, a benefit to save a child. Izzy Nieves, who was born with hypoplastic left heart syndrome, which means he was born with half a heart. And this is his fourth surgery in 5 years. And, it's coming up soon, and doctors are hopeful. But it is a high-risk procedure, and the Words from the Heart benefit will be held at the New Eureka Poets Cafe and include performances by a number of artists. And that's taking place, of course, this is all taking place to raise funds for him it's happening on April 29th from 2 to 5 p.m. And once again, that's happening at the New Eurekan Poets Cafe, 236 East 3rd Street between B and C, Avenues B and C in Manhattan. To donate online or for more information, you can go to www.giveforward.com/half-a-heart. And finally, the 4th annual fair at the Square. This annual fair allows us to showcase the diversity of commerce, culture, and community. This multicultural event will feature an all-day concert series and fun activities in the kids activity area. We love that. That's right. It's all happening on May 12th, and that's at the Westchester Square, located in the Bronx from St. Raymond Avenue to Westchester Avenue. And you're going to be hearing more about that in the weeks to come, since it's happening on May 12th, that is. But make sure you jot it down. And that is it. That's what we have for you guys. And make sure you take advantage of the city and give whatever you can back, Okay, so we're grooving like really nice and smoothly with some music from our in-house DJ, Vince Bracy. And it's kind of nice and smooth and mellow, almost like jazz, but it's not.
A little bit.
No, it's not jazz though, right? What is it?
It's actually hip hop. It's a lot of different beats from somebody who is very instrumental. It's a little music joke. Thank you. Instrumental in my music career. It's a producer by the name of Dave Turner. He's a good friend of mine, and that's what I chose for us today.
No, it totally works, and I'm grooving, to it, even though, I'm like café con leche. Yeah. I'm like, all right, I'll tone it down a little.
He actually made his debut on television last night on BronxNet. It was
nice.
Really cool.
Well, congratulations to you guys. Awesome. Yeah, and really quickly before we go to break, I just wanted to shout out this whole shuttle thing traveling throughout New York.
My goodness.
How cool is that?
It's very cool.
I mean, it's probably happening right now while we're on air.
That is one of the craziest things you could think of, that one of the largest aircrafts in almost the entire world is like flying over us right now.
It's so cool.
It's insane.
It's so cool. And in case you did miss, it flying over New York, because apparently it was going to go by like the Statue of Liberty and of course the Intrepid, which the Intrepid is actually where its new home is going to be. So it's not like you're not going to be able to see it, because I believe it's going to be up for display at the Intrepid Museum, which is obviously on the water on the West Side Highway. So I got to work, so unfortunately I couldn't be there to wave at the shuttle people. Well, the shuttle's actually attached to a plane. It's not flying as the shuttle. The shuttle goes to the moon, but or to space, we should say.
Yes.
However, we just wanted to shout that out because it's obviously, without a doubt, a historical moment.
I'm really looking forward to it. I believe it goes on display sometime in July, so I might have to go check that out.
Awesome. All right, Vince Bracy in the house. Jamming to this nice hip-hop, smooth, mix. Jazz music, right? Produced by who?
Dave Turner.
Dave Turner. All right. Shout out to Dave Turner and Vince Bracy in the house. And we got to take a quick break, but we're going to come back. And when we come back, we're going to have Boricuas for a positive image. Don't go anywhere.
Your education is the key to your future. And if you're a high school student, your next stop is college. A college education gives high school graduates a competitive advantage professionally and financially. Without it, your job opportunities are much more limited. A college diploma is a necessary requirement for any successful tomorrow. So make sure you're prepared. Speak to your guidance counselor. Visit your local colleges. Your education is the key to your future.
Hi, I'm Sean Johnson of the 2008 U.S. Gymnastics team. I'm here with our friends from Veggie Tales to say, be a player, get up and play an hour a day.
Besides gymnastics, how do you stay in great shape, Sean?
I love to dance and rollerblade.
Cool.
You don't have to be an Olympian to be a player. Just do the things you already love to do, like jump rope, ride a bike, or even play freeze tag.
Now that's something to flip for.
Well done! For fun ways to get healthy, visit www.smallstep.gov.
Megan, you're a tramp. Ryan Fitch told me you guys made out. Everybody knows. He says you're the most desperate girl he knows, besides your mom. How many boyfriends does she have anyway? Lots? That zit is huge. Zit face. Ugly.
Cook foods to the right temperature using a food thermometer. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Open. Reina Valentin here, and well, we're going to go a little back into time, kind of, sort of. Back in January, we mentioned a controversial line on the network show Work It, where one of the Latino characters said the line, "I'm Puerto Rican and I'd be great at selling drugs." Drugs, that is, yeah. And so it sparked protests from the Latino community, and now this Sunday, Boricuas for a Positive Image will be on Tiempo with Joe Torres to further address the issue. And here with us in the studio is Julio Pabon and Lucky Rivera of Boricuas for a Positive Image. And hello, gentlemen.
Good morning. How you doing?
Okay, are we going to open up the actual segment properly?
Oh, yes. I got a call on the ancestors.
Yes, go ahead, do it. Nice.
Now we're spiritually ready.
Now we're spiritually ready. We are set. Just share with everybody what that was about, just because you have this.
The Boricua for Positive Image, we're the Indians from the indigenous Puerto Rico, and this is our horn to call on our ancestors, like the Afro-American does and like the Native American does.
Just like you pray before you have food, just before you pray, when you say bendición, when you see your children or somebody you love, and you say Dios te bendiga, well, we believe that whenever we're going to do something, we want to call on our ancestors. If that's the way to do it, hey.
We started that with the protests, our protests. And as we called and got on the internet and email and so on, it built up to 200-300 people.
And when people told us that no one was going to come, people told us, forget it, this is just a joke. It's too cold, it's raining, it's 66 in Columbus. We always had over 100 people there, 100 Boricuas and other Latinos and African Americans who agreed, like with what Lucky and I said, that's not a joke. We have to say something.
Okay, so now this started in January, and since then, the show has been canceled. So one would say, why are you continuing with this protest?
Well, it was canceled. We were protesting the day after. The minute we saw it. Lucky was the one that saw it. I don't watch TV unless I watch sports and news. He watched the program with his grandson, and he was offended by what he saw.
We're going 30 years. When you have a sitcom and they come out with saying, "I'm Puerto Rican, I'm great at selling drugs." You know, we've been fighting this for years and years and years. We're going 30 years backwards.
Right.
And that the problems we're having in our community, the Black and Latino community, with drugs that are destroying our people, destroying our kids, that hit a nerve.
Right.
And to see it in a major network of entertainment, that was really an insult to not only the Puerto Rican community, to the Latino and the Afro-American community, but that's a total insult if our youth gets to see this on television and say, "I'm Puerto Rican, I'm great at selling drugs." That's a bad stereotype.
We were there with you. We were there, supporting this, the whole, movement of like, yes, definitely, Latinos in general, a positive image. I mean, you guys stand for the Boricuas, which is a beautiful thing. However, this was in January. We're now in April, and the show got canceled. So why are you continuing?
One of the reasons why is because of the fact is that even though the joke was said, there was a lot of people that even actually thought it was a joke. I spoke to a lot of young Puerto Ricans, and I called them and I said, "Hey, did you hear about this?" You know what they told me? "Julio, it's just a joke. Don't worry about it." Then they canceled the show, and they told us, "Why are you guys protesting?" They canceled the show. What we found out is that the Puerto Rican community in this country is in a state of Novocaine.
Interesting.
We just don't feel things anymore.
Right.
People will insult us, people will say things, and as long as we're trying to entertain each other and have a little bit of Facebook parties and invite each other to, events and Twitter, we're happy.
Right.
But it's not. Our conditions have not changed. Our conditions are bad. The Puerto Rican community is almost like we don't feel when we get insulted. And that's why when Lucky touched the nerve, because I didn't feel it, I didn't see the program, but he saw it. And when I saw it, I felt the same thing he did. And I said, you know what, we got to do something. And what we did, slowly but surely, Rena, we began to turn around people who actually at first said, that's not that important. They came out. And that's why we're moving on with this issue now. Because we found out, for example, in ABC, we're going to be on the program on Sunday.
Right, the Tiempo program.
The person in the front of the program is Jose Torres, a Puerto Rican. But you know who does the one who decides what they're going to put on TV? It's not a Puerto Rican. In fact, we don't have too many Puerto Ricans who are the ones who are producers, who are directors, who are writers, who are the ones who are sponsors. Open is one of the only programs that we love coming here because we see so many brown and black faces.
Thank you.
And this is the future.
Thank you. We take pride in that. So
What
thank
we
you
want
for saying
is
that.
diversity. We have to look. America embraces diversity.
Yes.
You have to see there's a big market out there. There's a big Latino, Afro-American market that America and the major networks got to understand. We got the buying power. We're over $40 billion buying power. And if we say we're not going to buy this product and we're not going to watch this show, it's going to cost them. So it's about time and it's about us.
And let me tell you something. 40 billion is only the Puerto Rican aspect of here. If you take the purchasing power of the Latinos in this country, we will be one of the 20th most powerful countries on this planet. Our purchasing power is at $1 trillion plus. We have to be respected, not because we have this cultural pride and we love to see our flag and we like to see our coquí. No, it goes beyond that, baby. It's about purchasing power.
Okay, now explain that to the viewers in case they're not really getting what that means.
Well, that means that every time we go out there today, when my friend just went out there and bought us a water, we bought this jacket, we pay rent, we buy a car, we buy the little hats that we like to wear, our fancy sneakers. Well, that's a purchasing power. If you put all that money together, so when you see a Latino in the kitchen, when you see a Latino in washing dishes, when you see these Mexicans who are working at night to keep the city alive, when you remember that our parents were the ones who kept the garment industry going and our parents were the ones who brought the fruits in, when you couldn't bring the Mexicans from the West Coast to the East Coast, well, all that has a power, and that power equals money. We never saw it like that. We always saw it as a thing of pride. Well, it goes beyond pride. It goes into the fact that we contribute so much into the economy of this country, we want some of that back. We want some of that back for our community. I want to see some of these young brown and black faces on ABC behind the cameras like I see them here. We went to the cameras over there. We didn't see people like the ones we see here on those cameras. Now we want to take it further. We want to see what is NBC, what is CBS, what is WNET, what are they doing?
But let me tell you, ABC is one of the top ones.
Right.
According to the National Hispanic Media Coalition that gave us a report. ABC is one of the best ones. So I said, man, if this is the best one, I like to see who's the worst.
And the numbers are alarming. They are alarming.
So you guys, look, seriously, you look suited up, right? You got your berets on.
Sin queja no hay progreso.
Without war, there's no progress. And people respect discipline and people respect uniformity. We had so much respect from the police. We had 9 demonstrations, Rena. To have one demonstration is a lot. We had 9 demonstrations in a row on 66th and Columbus. When we got there, the police were almost holding parking spots for us because we didn't have no confrontations with them. We were there, we were organized.
You got a job to do.
We knew exactly what we had to do. It wasn't one of these long speeches of the 1970s, 10 people speaking, no. Our demonstrations were quick. 1 hour for Puerto Rican pride. We went in, 5:30, we were out by 6:30. Nobody spoke, only bringing up the issues.
Right.
People loved it. The police loved it.
So now what is your future? Like, obviously you already made it clear you're going to go to ABC on Sunday and you're going to go check out the other networks. But what do you hope to gain in this whole movement?
Well, right now we want to dialogue with all these major networks so they could see the diversity that we bring to this city. We want to dialogue where we could sit down with them every 2 months and discuss issues from folks coming from the Bronx, folks coming from anywhere in New York City. We want to be able to have that communication and see the proof in the pudding, to see this youth have opportunity and follow the American dream that other folks have.
You know
We
what's
wanna
also
see that.
interesting, Rita? That the process of this organization forming, we've gotten requests from other people that we didn't know of. We got a call from a woman who her husband, a Puerto Rican, his name is Jay Velasquez, he's been in jail for over 15 years for supposedly killing an off-duty police officer or a retired police officer in Harlem. Well, all the evidence shows that this guy should not even have been gone to trial. He wasn't involved in this thing at all. He's a Puerto Rican, he didn't have the resources, and he's in jail. So we're gonna look at that case because that case now became a national case and is being brought up to be redeveloped. That's one. We had another case, a Puerto Rican. He's one of the top businessmen in this state. The second business after Goya. This man was put into bankruptcy because of Chase Manhattan Bank. A Puerto Rican who was getting to the highest level and was told, you got too high. You got to go down.
Tri-line construction.
I would love to even get into this further, but you know we're kind of out of time. But the fact that you guys are actually taking the initiative, and you do already have a website called New York.
Boricuas for Positive.
Well, you have Boricuas for Positive Image, but you also have the Latino.
The
Politics.
NYC LatinoPolitics.com.
NYCLatinoPolitics.com.
Because you just happened to.
If you want to find out more about it, go to NYCLatinoPolitics.com and you'll get the whole history of the whole struggle from day
And
one.
what time should people check you out on Sunday?
11 o'clock, which is the
No,
difference.
11:30. I'm sorry, 11:30. He's saying 11 o'clock, which we know how folks are.
We wanna make sure you get
11:30,
early.
Channel 7. 11:30, Channel 7. But Julio say 11.
We're having
because he
a
knows how
party on
people-
Saturday. It's my birthday, so we're partying on Saturday. So we make sure we'll be there on Sunday early.
That's hilarious. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Julio,
Take
thank
care,
you
Zia.
guys
It's been
for
a
coming
pleasure.
through always. And many thanks to Boricuas for a Positive Image. And once again, for more on them and what they do, you can check them out by going to NYCLatinoPolitics.com. All right, we'll be right back with the creators of Baby Girl. Stay tuned. But first, Sylvia Anglin reports from the Andrew Friedman Manor. Let's take a look.
exhibit brought together 32 artists using different mediums under one roof, the Andrew Friedman Home, located on the Grand Concourse.
The opening of No Longer Empty at the Andrew Friedman Home launches the complex initiatives for the home.
A lot of people look in these rooms and they see debris, and the artists saw possibility. And the ability to have the creative freedom to go into these spaces and transform them in a very site-specific way, I think was very, very exciting for the artists, and they've come through in a way that I didn't even think possible.
Coming here when I was invited to No Longer Empty, to go into those rooms upstairs and seeing all the stuff people left, you know, the furnishings and picture albums and stuff. This place has a lot of flavor and a lot of incredible history.
When we came in here, these rooms, every single room was filled with trash, debris, but also like so many objects belonging to the people that used to live here, the tenants. And so I wanted to capture that, reflect on that with the language I usually use, which is drawing and shapes and black and white.
Well, actually it was very interesting because I never had a room for canvas before. I put it together, making it actually look like we're in space.
We were invited by No Longer Empty to come and ask people around the Bronx and New York what makes them happy. Now we just started, so I guess that we just have 700, if I'm not mistaken, written by people. So the whole idea is to fill the room with messages about what makes people happy in the Bronx and in New York in general.
BronxNet had an opportunity to interview Adrian Brody, whose mother, Sylvia Palaci, participated in the exhibit.
It's a beautiful space, all of this to kind of create a room reminiscent of another time.
I came back when it fell apart at first, and that was very depressing. It just feels like it has a new life, a different life.
BronxNet is community television, and its executive director through his support and its talented staff behind this innovative exhibition.
We were happy to be able to document the process as well as some of the outcome here. And through our training program for future media professionals, it's amazing students that are doing dynamic work, and we're able to shoot, edit, and really be involved in the production of this amazing artwork by Mel Chin at No Longer Empty.
And world-renowned Mel Chin, along with BronxNet interns Christy Takahashi and Chris Gonzalez, presented Reloaded 2012.
My idea was just really to capture their voices uniquely. The effort was, okay, now you say what you say, now you look at the camera, and we'll take your heartbeat while you think about what you say.
This project is all about the real people's voice. I've learned a lot, and this was challenging, but everything was worth it.
People of the Bronx get to say what they really want to say from the heart, If the audience is happy, it's all the better.
And this new artist transplant to the borough from Burkina Faso just happened upon the exhibit and is truly inspired by the work of these artists.
I see very different room. It's very nice because I like the artist's inspiration, very good inspiration.
And even the world-famous Stefan Ines of Fashion Moda fame took in the exhibit.
There's so much freedom here and independence. There's a feel of freedom and independence you don't get when you go to MoMA or Whitney or Guggenheim.
All lines lead to the Bronx. No Longer Empty is an exhibit that will run from April 4th until June 5th. For more information, please visit bronxnet.org. This is Sylvia Anglin reporting for BronxNet.
Hello and welcome back to the studio. Rina Valentin here, and well, Baby Girl tells the story of a Bronx teenager growing up with an absentee mother who uses her wiles to expose her mother's latest suitor for the low life she thinks he is. Yeah, to tell us more about the film, we welcome some of its stars. We have our favorite guest that's been coming here like every year in this whole progress, Mr. Flaco Navaja. And we also welcome Joshua Rivera and Glendilis Inoa. Hello, hello, hello. Hi. I give Flaco the big, praise because it's a beautiful thing when we are watching each other develop and move forward and watching each other's progression on an annual basis, and the key word being progression. Yes. So congratulations to you all.
Thank you.
And so this film opened up at the Tribeca Film Festival, right?
Yes.
And who wants to give us a little synopsis about the storyline?
I will. So the story follows a young lady named Lena, 16-year-old girl, who is struggling to kind of take care of her irresponsible mom. She's seen her mom get in and out of unhealthy relationships with different men, and she...
How old is Lena?
16.
She's a 16-year-old.
The mother's in her 30s.
Okay.
And so the mother gets a new, younger boyfriend who's in his 20s, who has eyes for Lena.
For the 16-year-old?
Yes.
Yeah, and this, boyfriend is played by you.
Unfortunately.
Ooh, that's a good one. How was that for you, digging into a character of that style, that's so against your own character?
We were lucky to have a wonderful writer and director. The script was brilliantly done, I believe. And in the beginning of shooting, I realized, we both did, that we were skating a thin line between a character that can easily be written off as a predator and a monster, and a realistic character who is a young, immature dude that is stuck in his adolescence in some ways, although is very manipulative and is a snake, but it's a complex character, it's just not one thing.
Nice.
So my quest was to kind of make this guy realistic and likable at the same time as being a sleazeball.
That's a challenge. Yeah. That's a challenge. And Glendilis, you play the role of Deshawn, who is the
Lena's
best friend to Lena?
Yes.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about that role.
Well, pretty much Deshawn is the character who
the young girl in the block who knows too much for her age. She's, you know, been around a little bit too much, and she's kind of a bad influence to Lena. She, you know, she tells her to do things that Lena wouldn't normally do, but being Deshawn, I'm like, you should do it, you know, like, why not? And at the end, you know, I end up backstabbing her, but basically I'm the girl who knows too much for her age.
Got it. And it sounds like you were probably, well, not you, the character's a little manipulative herself.
Right.
So she can relate to this man.
In a way,
In
yeah.
a way, right? In coming in on the other side. This sounds interesting. And then you, my dear Joshua, you play Xavier.
Yes, I play the role of Xavier, and you could say I'm sort of like Flacco said earlier, a love interest
Mhm.
in the film, you know. And yeah, I'm kind of like just the good guy. I'm like his opposite.
Excuse me, I'm like his opposite in the movie. And basically, I'm just like a good opportunity that Lena has in front of her. So either she could like open her eyes and come with me, or, you know, it's never really clear what happens, but I'm like the love interest.
So you're like
the Romeo.
the love savior Romeo hero of the story.
Yes.
Wow. So this sounds really good. And the beauty of this is that you're all from the Bronx.
Yes.
You were all from the Bronx, and the film was shot in the Bronx.
Completely. And it was shot on film, which is something that's very rare in terms of independent films nowadays. Everybody's shooting on digital, so it gives it a different look and a beauty that's different, I feel.
In the sense that it captures a little bit more.
Yeah, just visually, it has this grainy kind of feel to it. It's more, I don't know, it just brings out the images in a different way, in my opinion.
And the director is also from the Bronx.
The director is an Irish from Northern Ireland who has been living in the Bronx for about 7 years, married to a Puerto Rican young lady. And he wrote this story.
And his name is?
His name is Magdara Balali. And he wrote this movie because one day he was on the 2 train on his way up to Pelham Parkway going home, and he saw a mother in her 30s with her teenage daughter on the train. In comes this young guy in his 20s, eyeing up the daughter who doesn't give him any attention, so he turns his attention to the mother. Next thing you know, this woman is soaking up all this attention, and then they all get off at the next stop together. So he's left, our director, Magdara was left with the question. He was interested not only in this little girl's plight, but also what happened next.
Interesting. All from a ride on the train.
Right.
Art happens all the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you know, the train is definitely a place to really do lots of character study.
On the Bronx subway trains, that.
So, in addition to this wonderful film that you all are a part of, and also, you know, that represents the Bronx in a different light, once again, Flacco, we thank you for always choosing your films with the intent of highlighting the Bronx for what it is today in 2012, because he was here not too long ago for Gun Hill Road, which was also shot in the Bronx. And there was an online contest going on, right? The Tribeca Film Festival has this online where you can actually watch the film online. I mean, even though we're going to encourage people to go see your screening, but just share a little bit about that whole process.
This was the first year in which the Tribeca Film Festival decided to do something which I think was brilliant. It's called their online festival. So they selected, I believe, 4 features and I don't know how many shorts, and they were available online to be streamed throughout the duration of the festival for free at any time. And then people kind of were voted on the film that they gave X amount of stars. And the winning film, the winning feature will receive $10,000 to the filmmaker, and the winning short like $5,000. And in independent film, 10,000 is like 20 million.
Yes. It goes a long way. Somehow we know how to make it stretch. For the love of art. And so, that being said, we actually have, I think, a little taste of Baby Girl. Can we show that clip? Okay, what are we looking at? Well, are we listening to it? Yeah.
This is a very important day for me. You know, we couldn't celebrate Lena's quinceañero last year like we do in PR because we had some personal things that were going on in our family. I'm sorry, baby.
It's okay, Ma.
But now she's turning sweet 16 and my baby girl is a full-grown woman. My Lena has always been more than just my daughter. She's been my best friend. Te quiero mucho, mami.
Yo también, Ma.
Nice, very nice. So the Tribeca Film Festival is happening right now, and we're here. That was a little taste of Baby Girl. We're here with Flaco Navaja, Glendalise, and Joshua, who are some of the stars of the film. And I believe there's a screening going on this week, right? Is it tonight? Or
Tonight.
Tonight, right?
At
So
9 o'clock.
just share the details of that. You want to share that, Glenda?
It's just, you can get your tickets online, tribeca.com. It screens at 9 p.m. tonight, and after the screening, we have a Q&A with the director, us, and the lead, Lena, Jainisi Noah. So come out and support.
It's going to be at the Clearview Cinema, which is on 23rd Street between 7th and 8th, I believe.
Right, in Manhattan.
In Manhattan,
And,
yes.
and of course, you said it's accessible online, right?
It'll be accessible online until this Sunday, which is the
28th,
end of the
right?
28th,
Yeah.
which is the end of the festival.
And it is a feature film.
It is a
So it runs a couple of hours.
It is. It's a short feature.
It's a short feature. Oh,
It's,
okay.
it runs about an hour and 20.
Okay.
You
Okay.
know? But one thing I would say about this, and it's not just because we're in it, but I've had
You sure? Are you sure?
No. I've had the pleasure of seeing the film a bunch of times, and one thing I noticed, although it's such a short feature, it doesn't feel like there's anything lacking.
Right.
And I think that's a strong sentiment, a testament to the beauty of this film, is that it has a whole lot of heart. It's a little film with a huge heart.
Nice.
And I think it's very well done.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that, Flaco. And, again, just because we're repping the Bronx right now, we're very proud of you and congratulate you. We congratulate all of you.
Thank you.
And may you continue, to be successful in your future endeavors, and may Baby Girl win the awards at the Tribeca Film Festival.
I want to give a shout out also to our lead, Jainisi Noah. This was her first ever
Right.
film.
Oh, nice.
And she really did beautifully. She carried this film, and she was great.
She couldn't make it because she's in school.
Right.
But yes.
School first.
She's also my cousin, so I'm really proud of that as well. We get to work together, but
Beautiful. Family affair. Even better. Nice. Congratulations,
Thank
really.
you.
And thank you for being here with us.
Thanks.
All right. So once again, for more information on the Tribeca Online Film Festival, you can go to, or Baby Girl, you can go to the tribecafilm.com/Tribeca Online. And of course, they're going to be screening tonight at Clearview Cinemas in Chelsea, which is located at 220 West 23rd Street. And that's happening tonight, April 27th at 9 p.m., Baby Girl. And for more information, you can also give them a call at 212-691-5519. All right. Coming up next is Bobby C with the Sports Roundup. You won't want to miss it. But before we go, we present the newest episode of Rena Gets Lean. Hi, I'm Rena Valentin. You know me as the host of Open Fridays, and my most recent role is that of being a mom to a 2-year-old. With that said, everything else fell to the side. And now I'm trying to restructure my world and hers to transform our lives. Join me on this Bronx Strong initiative as I try out different methods of training and revamp my eating habits to design a healthy lifestyle. Welcome to Rena Gets Lean. Today we're at the Ladies Boxing Gym in Washington Heights, and I've chosen to try boxing. I know nothing about what I'm getting myself into, and I'm there but 2 minutes, and the trainer comes to me, puts these boxing gloves on me, and says, "All right, come on, let's go." It's like, put the boxing gloves and let's go. I don't want to hear it. I don't even think he asked me my name. I don't even think I knew his name, but I learned it.
Before we start, let's go over what it is you're going to be doing. You're going to be rolling your hands over each other like this. Okay, so let's do this motion right here. Do you see what I'm doing?
The first thing we decide to do is that speed ball. While it looks simple, it's not, because there's a certain rhythm that you have to create, and the rhythm that is created is based on the repetition.
Work. 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 Work.
I am definitely soaking in Epsom salt tonight. My arms wanted to fall off. I mean, in all honesty, I was really training like a boxer because my arms were like noodles, and I was determined to get that rhythm and just hit that ball and make sure it went.
Nice. Nice.
I was in my glory. I was hyped. I was like, you know what? This is my dream. I mean, I maybe I was a boxer in my past life because I think I was awfully proud of myself because I think even he was surprised that after a while I got it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay.
Here's the thing that I can appreciate about Danny. What you see is what you get. He spoke to me in a manner of like, you know what, you came here to work, don't give me no song and dance. He had me working, but he was like, you know what, this ain't a TV show. I don't care if you're a mom, you need to work.
Keep going, keep going. All the way in. Keep working, keep working.
2 more.
Come on, let's go.
Last one. It didn't even matter that I was out of breath. It didn't even matter that I was ready to pass out. It did not matter to this man. All that mattered was that I kept going and going and going and going. I mean, I was the Energizer Bunny, baby.
Rena, with your feet this way. Rena, we ain't done. With your feet this way.
I got mascara in my eye, I swear. Mascara is coming down my face and I'm blinded. And I needed to wipe the mascara off of my eyes because I couldn't see. I can't see, I can't wipe it, I can't do anything.
Have a seat. I told you to wear makeup to the gym.
Now we're in for the last exercise. And due to my past experiences in aerobics, I'm thinking, okay, this is the cool down. No, not at all. This was the grand finale.
All right, got a little champ. Nice. That was really good, Rena. Okay? You're done for today, okay? You did an excellent job. You're welcome back anytime. As long as you don't complain, don't make excuses, you're always welcome.
It's bittersweet. Kind of happy it's over. Kind of happy he had to move on. But I'm a little sad because I was just getting rolling.
This is Bobby C, and your Friday Sports starts here at Radio City Music Hall, the home of the 2012 NFL Draft. And coming in at number 1, the Horseshoe has some new luck. Goodbye NFL legend Peyton Manning. Hello Stanford's Andrew Luck. Indianapolis has a new franchise QB.
Peyton Manning, arguably the greatest ever. He was my football hero growing up. I realized you don't really replace a guy like that. How can you? Those shoes are, those shoes to fill are huge. But I know I'm not going to go crazy trying to do everything, that Peyton did. I realized different personalities, so I'll put my best foot forward.
Perhaps second to none. Taking the second spot, Mr. Heisman himself, Baylor Superman, Robert Griffin III, is heading to our nation's capital.
It's going to be an exciting division. Growing up in Texas, you see that division a lot. It's if not the best division, it's one of the best divisions in football. Great quarterback play, great pass rushers. So there's going to be a lot of excitement in the division.
The Cleveland Browns were on the move with the third pick, grabbing Alabama running back Trent Richardson. Browns legend Jim Brown doubts Mr. Richardson, something the 5'9" bruiser says fuels him.
Motivation. If he's an ordinary running back, I got a lot to prove. And, for him saying that, that's big shoes to fill.
Who says an offensive tackle can't be a top 5 pick? USC's Matt Khalil is Minnesota bound. He's all set to block for quarterback Christian Ponder.
I'm really excited. It's definitely be fun. He's a great guy. I had dinner with him one time. and he said he was hoping to get me, so it looks like he got his wish.
With Jaguar-like speed, Oklahoma State wide receiver Justin Blackmon is hoping to invigorate a slow-paced offense in Jacksonville.
Feel great, man. It's it's a blessing to be able to go down to Jacksonville. It's a blessing to be here. It's a dream come true to be able to play in the NFL right now.
That's the who's who of the NFL Draft's top 5. A bit later in Thursday night's first round, the New York Jets selected North Carolina defensive end Quentin Coples. The 6'6" Coples has been compared to Julius Peppers. The Super Bowl champion New York Giants grabbed another ACC standout and running back David Wilson, the ACC Player of the Year, is the final pick in the first round, number 32, and is expected to be a Brandon Jacobs-type back for Big Blue. The Giants and Giant fans are hoping Wilson can fill the void left behind by Jacobs. The NFL Draft continues throughout the weekend with rounds 2 through 7 on tap. For more, visit NFL.com. The New York Mets had a series to remember to kickstart the week, and it started after Monday's twin bill sweep at the hands of the San Francisco Giants. Tuesday night, the Mets welcomed the Miami Marlins and an old friend. Instead of going inside the locker room, we'll have this. The Amazing's not Jose Reyes were the story in Flushing. While limiting Reyes to a 1-for-12 showing in the series, the Mets swept Miami in 3 straight, culminating in Thursday afternoon's 3-2 walk-off win. Kirk Neuenhuis played hero Thursday, smashing the walk-off single. The Amazings will be in Colorado for the weekend. As for the Bronx Bombers, who wrapped up their road trip Wednesday afternoon, the Yankees had won 4 straight coming into Tuesday night, but the Pinstripers dropped the final 2 games in Texas. Rangers rookie Yu Darvish pitched a gem Tuesday night, and Yankees starter Phil Hughes struggled Wednesday, lasting 2 2/3 innings. The Bombers will be happy to be coming home, being a homestand tonight, welcoming Detroit and ace Justin Verlander. On the hardwood, the New York Knicks concluded the regular season Thursday night in Charlotte in a 104-84 win against the lowly Bobcats. Charlotte finishes the season with the worst winning percentage in league history. As for the orange and blue, the 7th-seeded Knicks are heading to Miami for the first round of the playoffs. That series opens Saturday night in Miami. On the ice, the New York Rangers closed the series Thursday night at home, winning a dramatic Game 7. The Blue Shirts held on 2-1 against the Ottawa Senators, bouncing back in that series by winning Game 6 and Game 7. Bring on the Washington Capitals. The Rangers open the conference semifinals Saturday in D.C. Time for some quick hitters. Injuries on the Gotham baseball front. Yankees starter Michael Pineda is done for the season with a torn labrum. Mets starter Mike Pelfrey likely needs Tommy John surgery, which would end his season as well. The New Jersey Devils won their Game 7 and are also bound for the conference semifinals. We could see Rangers-Devils in the next round. On the local college hardwood, Manhattan head coach Steve Masiello was named the 2012 All-Metropolitan Writers Co-Coach of the Year. George Beeman was named to the All-Met second team, and Bob Burns received the Distinguished Service Award. Iona Scott Machado is the Player of the Year. The Jaspers baseball team is in first place in the MAC Conference. Manhattan and Fordham will square off next Tuesday at Rose Hill. Those are the headlines. Let's hit the C-list for the value of Andy Pettitte. On a Wednesday night in Trenton, New Jersey, New York Yankees great Andy Pettitte proved that legends should never retire. Although it was not the outcome Pettitte had hoped for, the 10th largest crowd in waterfront park history was just happy to see the veteran lefty, who retired from the majors in 2010 back in pinstripes. Pettitte took another step forward in his comeback to the Bronx Wednesday night. The 39-year-old 5-time World Series champion and 3-time All-Star pitched into the 6th inning, allowing 4 runs, 3 earned on 7 hits.
It was good. I worked hard tonight. I think I got up right at 85 pitches. All in all, it was a pretty positive start.
Conditioning and command are 2 areas Pettitte is readjusting to. He was sharp early, retiring 9 consecutive batters. He allowed single runs in the 1st, 4th, 5th, and 6th as he continues to fine-tune his mechanics.
I think my body's still trying to figure out like what day it is to work, you know, every 5th day and how you're supposed to feel. I believe when it was a Sunday that I pitched for the A-ball club, I would have told you I'd be ready in a week.
There was hope that Pettitte might return to the big club following one more minor league start, especially given the news that 23-year-old fireballer Michael Pineda is lost for the season with a torn labrum in his pitching shoulder. Pettitte, first thought of as an insurance policy, looks more like a necessity now.
Today was a great night. It was a good good, important next step, and so again, we'll take a couple of the days to figure out what's next and when and how he feels, and get some more information, and then slot him after that.
It's been exciting for me. Even down in Tampa, I've had a great time with the kids down there. It's been awesome. So it's good to be back out there competing again.
Andy left to a thunderous ovation in Trenton. His Bronx standing O is just around the corner. Yankee rotation is in turmoil. As nice as it would have been to see Michael Pineda in pinstripes this season, Andy Pettitte will be coming to the rescue. He was a valuable member during his last 2 stints in pinstripes, and I see no reason why he can't ride this, and we can't ride this rodeo one more time around. So like they say in the Sandlot movie, heroes get remembered, but legends never die. That's your sports. I'm Bobby C. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with more Open after this.
Your education is the key to your future.
Welcome back to Open, everyone. Without further ado, it is now time for our Open Artist Spotlight.
The Open Artist Spotlight is made possible in part with public funds from the Bronx Council on the Arts through the New York State Council on the Arts Decentralization Program.
Growing up around domestic violence, our artist took to paper and pen and turned his pain into something creative. Rapping since he was 10, this young lyricist has been featured on mixtapes since he was 15. Here to perform the Open Artist stage, we are welcome young CJP.
Good morning, BX. My name is young CJP. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Let's go. Okay. What's love but a psychoactive drug? It never leaves your blood, that's why I be acting up. Never believed in it, so I lack a lot of luck. But enough metaphors, I ought to tell you straight up. From the day it became a crush to every time we broken up, I knew that there was hope for us if only I just opened up. Then I opened too much, no homo. And now I'm Mr. Solo Dolo, a Kid Cudi. Isn't it funny? Used to accuse you of cheating on me. Now I wish that you would cheat with me. Forgive me, but the guy that you with ain't fit to be a king. You should dead that man like a bee without a sting. On some G, I love her, she's everything to me. But she be acting up like Uncle Ruckus be. And as bad as she is, I would still take a knee. Plenty fish in the sea, but this one is for me. So who knows where the road will lead? Just make sure that you hold the lead. Yeah, who knows where the road will lead? Just make sure that you hold the lead. Yeah, who knows where the road will lead? Just make sure that you hold the lead. Even if it leads nowhere. Okay, it doesn't matter who you are. We all trying to make life better than it is. But sometimes it feels like we're never gonna win. So forever with this pen, I'm just trying to turn these tracks into plaques. Make a record spin till one of them becomes a platinum. While these haters try to twist my head like Africans asking him, yo, you really think you gonna make it, huh? They laugh at him, but your son is so patient. My Hate the city, so a place in Jamaica's waiting for you. We're the monster. My father will never bother you again. I promise that I got you, it's just a matter of when. Take you to the wonderland that Alice was in. Bright lights and palaces, gardens as big as Madison. Think I'm joking, so I'm chilling with their Harley Quinns. Climbing up the ladder of success, I'm Jeff Hardy. And even if it never ends, I'm high as Bob Marley. Then where the road will lead, just make sure that you hold the lead. Yeah, who knows where the road will lead? Just make sure that you hold the lead. Yeah, who knows where the road will lead? Just make sure that you hold the lead. Even if it leads nowhere. Yeah, it's Young.
Hey everyone! Woo! Thank you. Oh, absolutely. All right, so just because it's very known, and I'm very public about being a domestic violence survivor as well as an advocate, and coming from a young man's perspective, can you just share a little bit about how that has actually contributed to your development?
As far as development goes,
yeah, keep the mic to your, yes.
As far as development goes, things were really tough in my household, and my escape was writing. You know what I'm saying? There were nights where I just locked myself in my room and just all night just write. And there was a point where my parents didn't want me to do this whole music thing because my brother died and he was a DJ and pursuing this lifestyle and stuff like that. So they like took all my books away and I had to start like memorizing stuff, and all my music, I just remember it and I go and record it.
And so you write it yourself, and you've been doing this since you were like 10 years old?
Yeah, since
you're
about
10 years old, and you're out there and you're in the recording studios. I'm holding a CD in my hand called The Revelation.
Yes, that is my first debut solo mixtape. I released it last August. It's on iTunes, Amazon MP3, all that stuff. So.
And thank you for coming here and sharing your talented voice and and your wonderful writing. And
did you like it? Did you like the
yes,
song?
Yes, I did like it.
I saw you over there grooving.
Yes, we were all grooving. My daughter was grooving. Did you see that?
I saw the two girls.
2.5-year-old Charlie.
Well,
hey, when the people are moving, that's the validation that it is so happening, right?
Thank you.
I mean, my 2.5-year-old. Look, that's the next generation. You didn't see her rocking to your keyboard.
Oh yeah. I saw you.
Yeah. See, I remember the lyrics too. Right? It's all about the hook. All right. No, that was great. No, really. And most importantly, it's just your inspiration and what you draw from to basically transform the next generation. Mwah. We love that. We love that. Thank you. Thank you.
Also, I'm here on behalf of BX Records, bxrecords.com, if you guys want to check that out. And we're going to be actually at the fair in the square, Westchester Square, that you guys were advertising earlier. So May 12th, fair in the square, Westchester Square. Definitely check that out. Young CJP will be performing.
Nice. Thanks again to Young CJP, excuse me. You say tomato, I say tomato. No, say CJP, no. Thank you, Young CJP, for that. That's right. And for more on this rising artist, you can check him out on Facebook.com/Young CJP. It's YUNG CJP. That's why it's a little confusing for me. And of course, he's on Twitter at Young CJP. I keep doing it. All right, that's all the time we have for today's show. I hate when that happens. But we'd like to thank all of our guests, Julio Pabon, Lucky Rivera, they had to leave, Glenn DeLisi, Noah, Joshua Rivera, Flaco Navaja, my boy right here. Woo, we love Flaco. Bobby C, and of course, Young CJP for sharing their talents with us. And we'd like to thank the crew of Bronx Net for all their hard work. And to you, our viewers, for tuning in and streaming in and watching. That's right, if you missed any episode, you can tune into the Recablecast tonight at 5 and 10 p.m. and throughout the entire weekend. Past episodes are available online at bronxnet.org. Once again, I'm Rita Valentin, and from all of us here at Open, how you say it, Mama? May the universe provide peace, prosperity, and love. Mwah, adios!
Your education is the key to your future. And if you're a high school student, your next stop is college. A college education gives high school graduates a competitive advantage professionally and